is up, Ham Radio? Kilo Echo 8 Papa Zoo in November. The Ham Radio Adventure Guy. Thanks for stopping by. Your one stop for everything Adventure Radio. It is Hump Day. Means it's time for the Hump Day Happy Hour. Hopefully we'll have a great show tonight. I just barely made it in time, but I'm here. And Dan is here, and Hayden is here, so we're going to have a good time regardless. And before we get everything started, if I can get this crap popping up on my computer out of the way, we're going to thank the Patreons because they're awesome, and they deserve a lot of thanks because they do a lot of stuff for me, and I try to do a lot of stuff back for them, but I don't know if I do or not. You just have to ask one of them and tell you, but they all seem to stick around, so we'll give them a big shout out. I do not have a current adventure club because I was on the road all day long and had all kinds of fiascos going on. But I do have the final for the first quarter, just in case you didn't see that Sunday. That's everybody that'll be in the drawing next week or the week after for the first quarter. But other than that, what's going on, gentlemen?
Not much.
Living the dream.
Spending them boat dollars.
Oh, yeah.
Boat dollars.
Well, that's the thing. They say BOAT stands for bust out another 1,000.
That's very true.
But a boat dollar is $100 bill. Anytime you do a project, you're going to spend a couple boat dollars.
Well, if that's what makes you happy in life, money is just a piece of paper, and happiness is memories that they can't take from you unless you get dementia.
That's right. And I enjoy. You've seen this old house? I have a book, and it's called This Old Boat, and I enjoy just going through old boats and fixing them up and getting them running. And running ham radios out of them.
And I normally don't like to push donations, but if anybody does feel like donating tonight, hit that Patreon, not the Patreon, but the PayPal link instead of your normal Buy Me a Coffee or the YouTube, because I've had some extra expenses already happen on this trip, and I'd like to have the money firsthand. So if you feel like it, and I'm not telling you to do it, but I'm saying if you do, use that PayPal link, please. But we're going to talk a little bit about Pota life tonight, and because I didn't really have a stream figured out, and because I didn't know where I was going to be or anything. I had originally planned on being all the way to Delaware and streaming from the base station tonight, but I'm an idiot, and this morning I leave and I get about an hour into the trip, and I'm like, crap. I left Tom's package sitting on the bed. Now, mind you, if this was something unimportant or something like that, Tom would have just had to done without. But it is a package that he specifically ordered for this trip, and he shipped it to my house because we all know that shipping something to Canada sucks. And
oh, yeah. So
I had to drive that hour back to the house and then that hour to get back to where I started and restart again. So 3 hours and, about $40 wasted in gas. We're back on the road. So I am somewhere in Maryland. I pretty much said, well, it's about 7-11. I need to get a motel somewhere so I can make the stream and not make Hayden and Dan have to do it all by themselves. Because not that they wouldn't have tried their best to ruin the stream or anything.
We had all the dad jokes lined up.
Yeah. Now I got to put them away.
I see Craig is in the chat. I hope you got your girlfriend with you, Craig.
Oh, that was classic. Oh my God.
We won't mention on the stream what Craig did to me because it involves other people, but Craig got me pretty good.
All we'll say is if you missed it, you missed an all-time classic.
That might be a conversation for the happy hour after dark.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's for sure. And since I'm in a room, I'll definitely be able to attend the after dark. I didn't think I was going to get to, but I will be attending that. But we're going to talk a little bit about Pota life, and Pota life means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. You know, that's the good thing about Parks on the Air is you can do it the way you want to do it and the way that it's fun for you. So, if you like to go out once every month to a park and activate, that's cool. That's how you like to do it. That can be your Pota life. If you want to be like Hayden and do a lot of activating from a boat, he's working toward that, and that's real cool. But a lot of people who get out there, they ask me questions and stuff all the time, like, I just don't think I can activate because you go out there every day, and you don't have to go out there every day. Pota life for me is different than Pota life for, well, anybody else out there, because I'm a very driven, competitive person, and I like to compete with myself and beat myself. Even when I say I'm not playing with numbers, throw it out the window, and I fight numbers. But it's a lot of fun for everybody. And Dan, what's your ideal style of Pota?
I'm more of a hunter. I mean, when I activate, I mean, I do it well, I think. I mean, I'm not the person to say that I do it well, but I don't get any complaints. I activate when I can, mainly on the weekends. But yeah, Pota is basically what you want to make it, not what somebody else wants to make it for you. So if somebody says you should get out and activate more often, if you don't feel like doing it, don't do it. Do what you want to do in Pota. If you just want to stay at home and hunt 1 or 2 people a day and that's it, that's fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Make it what you want it, not what somebody else thinks it should be for you.
Absolutely. I mean, there's people out there that all they want to do is rove. The rove is the big thing. And I do a lot of roving. I don't consider what I do roving, but technically, anytime you're doing more than 2 parks in a day, you're doing a rove. So, I mean, I do a lot of roving because there's not normally a day that goes by that I'm not doing 3, 4, 5, 6 parks, and that's during work days. Unfortunately, today it was only 1. Well, 2 if you count the late shift from last night.
Slacker.
Lots of stuff happened today, but I did activate. I'm not a power rover, and I say that right before we're getting ready to go. I'm on my way to Delaware to do a whole state in a weekend.
And, that's a power rove.
And yeah, I will enjoy that. But honestly, the way it's set up, everybody's going to say this guy's crazy, but it's a laid back rove to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, matter of fact, Dan, if you'll drop that link in the chat, right there, you can click on that right there and see the whole setup day by day, which parks we're going to. I mean, and it's laid out to perfection. We start here at this time, this many minutes to the next park, and yeah, there is some give or take in that, but this is basic layout, and you could sit there and follow us right through the rove just by looking at that. You could be like, oh, they were there, so they're on the way here. I've got 20 minutes before I got to try to hunt them again. So let's go make some tacos.
And I don't think you're going to have to be in a hurry to get your QSO in. I think the other James said, what was it, 20, 25, 30 minutes per park. So
20 to 25 minutes per park. And there's a couple of exceptions on parks too.
Yeah.
Like the ones that have special activators coming in to join us and stuff. I know Sunday we got 2 parks that's over that.
Now, did he say that website will be live, like you can track your movements during the Grove, or
he said if he gets around to that.
okay,
So it's not planned thing. Yeah.
okay.
It might be, might not be. So.
It's definitely really laid out and really cool. So to me, that's a laid back Rove. I mean, we're scheduled to be done at like 2:00 on Saturday with our Saturday part of the Rove, and start the meet and greet. 2:00, I'm heating up when I'm in a Rove.
Yeah.
So,
did Eddie say he was going to make it to Delaware with the brisket?
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Oh man, that's a good point, Larry.
Larry says, and only work the parks you need.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we all know that there's going to be people that's not going to do that. Because, I can't say nothing. People are competitive, and I can't say nothing about them being competitive because I'm competitive. So the important thing is try to get the parks you do need. That's the most important thing. That way, everybody gets worked all Delaware done. I get to activate all Delaware.
Well, unfortunately, the only way I'm going to get you guys if you go on 10 meters, and I don't think there's plans for that.
You don't think?
But that's okay.
You don't think you get 40? Really?
No, I've tried. Conditions are really rare that I can work 40 meters to Delaware because I'm so close.
Dude, I destroy every spot in West Virginia, every spot in Virginia, Ohio, Kentucky, every state around me on 40 meters.
Maybe if I'm out in the field.
And it might be easier during the day.
My home setup is so compromised here now lately that
And it might be easier for you during the day too, Hayden, because 40 runs shorter during the day. So.
This is true. Or you can learn CW and get me on CW.
Yeah, it's in the plans. One of these days.
I know y'all can't see it very well, but if you squint really hard, there's a QRP guy that just entered the chat down there.
Oh, did we get a little guy come in?
Yeah.
He's late. What did he miss? Dude, you didn't have to tell us you were late. We would have never knew you were late because we can't never hear you anyway.
I had to carry him around in my pouch the other night for about 2 or 3 parks.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, I know. You had to let him in the door.
Are you guys doing CW at all on the road, or just single side?
Here's the thing. I thought we were just doing total sideband, but if you'll look on that thing, it does say that link to Dan drop that does say sideband, CW, and digital. So I don't know what his like exactly what the plan is there.
Okay.
I'm sure at the home base park that you'll be going back to every night.
I can tell you the home base park will have CW done every single night by me.
Yeah,
because I have to keep my CW contacts going.
Yeah.
So
for those who don't know, that's going to be Kilo 1740, Killen's Pond State Park.
And
that's a nice park too.
I would say the meetup park, the meet and greet, I'll probably do some CW there too after we're done activating it and stuff.
Yep.
So, but I mean, if they want to do that at every park, look, I don't care as long as we get it done.
And fun fact, Lum's Pond State Park is where they have a really big model air show every year. So y'all should look that up if you're interested in that kind of stuff. My brother is, so he goes to that show a lot.
Speaking of model air shows, and this is totally off topic, but I was thinking about this the other day, and I can't even remember who I was talking to about it. But we were, excuse me, we were talking about when we were little, how we would build the model rockets and shoot them off.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about people in other states, but in West Virginia, when you build a model rocket and you shoot it off, you got one shot because it's in the mountains somewhere.
Mhm.
You don't find it no more. But I got to thinking, we could get one of those little beaconing things that they put
Mhm.
in like the fox and hound things,
Yep. I
Yeah.
was just going to suggest that.
and shoot off a model rocket and then find it with the ham radio. And
Yeah.
I think it's something I'm wanting to do. I think it'll be a great video. And
That's what they do with some of the balloons that they send up. The amateur radio operators that send balloons, they track them with APRS and do the same kind of thing.
so I think that would be pretty cool. It'll bring me back to my childhood and get me to do something different for a change. I've never got to do a fox hunt because nobody ever does them around me.
I've never heard of anybody doing a fox hunt.
If you're in the tri-state area and you're doing a fox hunt with your club, shoot me a message and let me know because I want to come do it. I know there's a club up in Toledo that did one when I was in Florida. So in the month of February, they did one.
Why don't you hook a wire to the rocket and send the wire up and then have it come down by a parachute really slowly and do like a 630 meter activation?
Oh. Oh, there you go. Scott says his club does them frequently in Yorktown.
And when somebody asks you what kind of antenna you're running, you say it's a 2 mile vertical.
It's a 2 mile vertical. Yorktown, and that's probably the part of Virginia way up near the DC area. Because we're talking about stealth, Scott. Yeah, I don't like driving up this way, Scott, because it's uphill both ways.
You can't get there from here.
He says Southeast Virginia.
Southeast.
Not west, which would be closer to you.
Right, but Southeast might be better though. I'll have to check into that. It would be fun. If Toyota would come through with their new sponsorship and get me something that's not getting 12 miles to the gallon, it would be great.
The question is, tomorrow when you finish your trek over to home base over in Delaware, are you going to activate some of the Delaware parks on the way there? Because you're going to be driving by them probably. You go sneak in one or two extra.
Well, I mean, I know I'm gonna hit some Maryland on the way over there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually on the exit with a couple of state parks on right
Nice.
now.
Cool. We're going to get late shift.
It's not the McDonald's State Park, is it?
I got to look and see because I may have done these ones before because I have activated around this area before. So if they're not new to me, I'm not going to hit them. I'm going to go on and find some that's new to me. So, but I'm definitely going to hit some new parks on the way there. You can guarantee that when I get to home base that I will go ahead and start working on home base for sure.
You'll probably end up with a kilo.
I was going to say, are you planning on a kilo at home base?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, probably yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yeah, because that'll give me another state with a kilo in it, and I currently have West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, and Florida. So Delaware would be a nice addition.
Mm-hmm. You can go back next year with the three amigos, do the same trip, but make it like a month long and just get a kilo at each Delaware park.
No.
Why not?
Listen, I've not even been to Delaware yet, but
Has anybody ever done that, though?
I will have no desire to go back to Delaware after I activate all of Delaware.
All right, I think I'm done with this.
And nothing against Delaware, it's just it's not on my to-do list. I've got a lot of states I need to go to and activate. I don't need to return Yeah, of course I'm going to return to Ohio and Kentucky, even after I've done them all, because they're right there by me.
Delaware's not too bad.
Dude,
Yeah.
I live in
Depends on
the
who you ask.
bottom western part of West Virginia. Here, let me put this in perspective.
Oh, I know. Dan and I were talking about it in the backstage.
Let's drive.
Put
Is
it
it like
put it this way: where my in-laws live in West Virginia is 6 hours away from where you live in West Virginia,
I
and
know.
we're 3 hours away from home when we're at my in-laws' place.
I know.
That state's
So-
really long, but it's not very girthy.
Look, don't get me
That's what
wrong.
she said.
From my house to home base is only an 8.5 hour drive. That's not a bad drive
hmm
if you're driving south. If you're driving north, it's painful, and there was hills that my foot would go down, my speed would go up, and I'd pass everybody that was struggling on those hills, and I could feel my pockets getting lighter and lighter and lighter.
You got to watch your gas gauge go down.
Most people go on these long trips, they watch their temperature gauge, making sure it ain't moving.
Yeah.
I'm watching my gas gauge.
You know,
Yeah. So that's why you went the extra 3 hours a day. You were just testing out the new shoes you got, right?
And here's the other thing. So I went to get front tires put on, and they didn't have no like regular tires in stock. I had to get tires. So I got mud tires on the front,
nice.
What do you have on the back?
regular tires.
Are you front wheel drive?
No, I'm full wheel drive.
Oh, okay.
But you talking about
Oh yeah, road noise.
Uh,
I don't know which sounds better, my tires or my exhaust.
oh, that's going to be a toss up there.
I'm like, what the crap? But you know, I had to get here. I had to get tires. You got to do what you got to do.
Pota life.
Yeah, Eric's only 6+ hours by plane to the next state. So I guess we should be blessed that we can drive.
What? Listen, this little tiny guy is like laying upside down on his couch with a bottle stuck in his, you know what? What are you even talking about, PB man? What challenge am I backing down from?
Oh,
He's losing his mind tonight.
It's really good the way you have this
Any-
road kind of spread out and the activation times, and it's not going to be like a late night thing because people would actually be able to stay awake and hit them.
Thank
he
you very
said
much.
you were.
Thank
Go
you very
ahead.
much for the donation, Kilo 8 Golf Quebec.
He said you were backing down from the kilo in every Delaware part.
I'm not backing down from anything. I just don't have no desire to go back to Delaware. I went there once before and raced bikes there, and I was done with it then. You know, if it wasn't a state that I needed Pota parts, I just got that out of the way. Oh, he's face up, by the way.
Now,
Yeah, it's only 8:30. Give
Yeah.
yourself 45 more minutes, bud.
he took the words out of my mouth.
I tell for those of you who was on the bands all day, was the band super quiet today or something?
They sucked. Horrible.
Horrible, really?
Horrible.
Dude, I got to the park and set up, and I checked my antenna and stuff 4 times, making sure it was connected because it was so. There was no noise, zero, and I was like, I'm hooked up everywhere. I gotta see what this is gonna do, and I checked SWR and okay.
You didn't by chance drive off with your coax still hooked to your antenna and your radio, did you?
No, I
Okay.
put
Okay.
my coax in my car and unhooked everything. And
Oh, that's
Oh,
good. That's good.
so funny story about the Eagle One. I'll go ahead and tell the Eagle One. So these guys that put the mud tires on my car, and I don't know that they did this, but I don't know how else it got done. Because I activated that morning. I did a CW activation. I only did CW because you can probably tell my voice is about gone still. These sinuses just tore me up. So I'm doing as little voice as I can, trying to save my voice. And did CW. Eagle One was fine. Eagle One was dry. It went up perfect. Came down perfect. So I go get my tires put on. And yesterday when I go to activate with Sean and Luke, I go to put the Eagle One up. I start getting sections up, and I get them up, and all of a sudden they go, boom.
Oh,
I lower it back down, put it back up again, get up to about the same side.
what kind of sound did it make? Okay.
Yeah, I've heard that sound before.
Yeah, that's a TikTok sound.
Yeah.
Search for it on TikTok.
What's that?
See what you find. Anyway, so I take the thing off the hitch and do it sideways, and I try to stretch it all the way out. And I get there, I get to where I pull one, and it pulls my hand back. I'm like, what is going on? And I noticed that every section's wet, like it had been laying in water or something. So I don't know if they pulled it out of the car to get this something out of the car or something, and dropped it in water, or what they did. But it don't.
You
make
have
sense.
the rubber cap on the top, right?
Yeah.
Huh.
But it don't make sense because after me and Sean and Luke activated, I went to the house and I took the Eagle One apart. And I'm getting the wire out of the bottom of it, and all of a sudden there is a wad of wire like mangled up like this.
What?
Stuffed up in there.
Huh.
And like it was all tangled up, and I was like, the crap.
That's
So
really weird because the only way the
can't be
wire is
good.
gonna, yeah, the only way the wire is gonna move is if one they undid your night eyes, took the wire off, and then extended it. You know? Yeah.
I
And
don't know how
didn't
to
bring it down right.
I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah. Mothman
But
has to be.
anyway,
It's Matrix.
I went back yesterday evening and did late shift, and it worked fine. It worked fine today. It's going up and down smooth again. So but the wire is kind of a little out of shape now. I have to watch when I'm putting it up. I can't put it up quite as fast.
I had that slight problem with mine at Rebingham. I put it up, it was dry, then it started drizzling rain, and then it dried out again. So the actual joints themselves got water in them, and I couldn't twist it. And I was like, oh God.
Yeah, that's always fun. I bet that's like that a lot in like Georgia and Florida because it'll rain and then like get so hot and humid fast it dries everything right out.
That, and it was really windy that day, so there was a lot of stress on the joints, which probably locked them up tighter. I was like, oh my goodness. I actually had to get a pair of.
Thank you very much, Mike, for the donation. Appreciate you, buddy.
Get a pair of latex gloves so I can get some extra grip and actually twist it like some nitrile gloves. Why I have those in the truck? That's a different conversation totally. But.
Leftover from COVID.
Yes.
So anyway, my ideal of Pota life is my same ideal with everything I've ever did. Since I've been a young child, when I do something, I have to be the best, and it's not me beating somebody else. It's me proving to myself that I can do it, and and that's Yes, peanut butter is actually really good if you smear that. You take and smear it all on the antenna, Eddie, and peanut butter will work really well.
Oh,
But
God.
anyway, you got something in your eye there, Dan?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope it ain't peanut butter. Anyway, but I've been like that with everything. So I mean, that's kind of why I recently beat my CW goal, and I had no intention of beating it this early, but it was all because Nan just happened to mention that I was in the top 10 in CW, and I was like, oh, that's cool, but wait a minute, I'm in the top 5 in everything I do. So I had to get to the top 5. And then I didn't like the bubble, so I moved to 4th, and I accidentally moved to 3rd now. I didn't mean to do that.
Accidentally.
Don't ever take up competitive eating.
No.
Yeah.
No. I definitely will not take up competitive eating. That's for sure.
It's like pies and hot dogs, right, Dan?
Yeah. You ever seen those guys at the Coney Island, Nathan's hot dog eating? It's crazy, man.
If you've ever came out and activated with me somewhere, you already know that I definitely do not need to take up competitive eating because I'm already got the ham bod going. So,
But I will say, if Eddie makes the brisket, I will competitively eat that.
yeah, if Eddie wants to have a brisket eating competition, I'm down for that.
I am, for sure.
It sounds fun.
But that's just my style is taking stats, and like people don't realize, like every single day, the first thing I do in the morning is I look at my stats and see what I need to do, where I need to go. I have it's actually over there. If you guys remember the Pota notebook that Dan got me, it literally has every single day of this year how many QSOs I made total, how many of them were sideband, how many of them were CW, because I love stats. I keep really good track of stats, and it's just something that I just like to do. So that's my Pota life. It's just killing it.
You're a statistician.
If I can't kill it and work those stats, it's not as fun to me. So, people say that I take it overboard. Maybe.
It's part of
But
my
it's-
Pota life too. It's more of a competition with myself. I want to see how far I can push myself.
And that's the only way that Pota is a competition, is to challenge yourself to do better in the field.
That is incorrect. If you are on 60 meters, you are running a competition, and your license is getting revoked.
And you get the
Because-
ARRL called on.
Because the hall monitor said so.
That's right.
Well,
Every time I think about that guy, I'm like, you were that guy in school, wasn't you?
the evil fascist.
The best part is he'll call to get in your log.
I know. He's at least courteous enough to get in your log and give you another contact.
That's right.
And I'm at least spiteful enough to leave him in my Pota log and delete him out of my QRZ one.
I needed that county in West Virginia. Sorry, you can't county hunt on 60 meters.
Sorry, Charlie.
David, we do look sexy in these white caps, man. Thank you very much. This is the hat that.
That's right.
David,
His hat, my hat.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the one that David got me.
And Dan's hat.
3-3 Golf Alpha.
Made by the Protector of the South.
Yeah. Straight from the Dominican.
Who actually got in my CW log today. I was quite happy with that. I gave him his 30 meters for N1CC, and then Dan comes right behind me and gets him too. Because Dan's an overachiever like that.
You know.
I'm hitting the wrong one.
They do, Eddie. These are awesome hats, man.
You know,
Kyle,
Chipotle in the house.
how's the Chipotle, brother? Can't wait to get you on the after chat so we can see what you got and see what kind of ice cream you're going to be having.
Oh,
I still need to send you refrigerator magnets, Kyle. Don't let me forget that. Because in the background, I want my call sign on the side of your refrigerator.
That's actually a good idea.
You want your call sign on Kyle's refrigerator?
Yeah, because sometimes during the after chat, he's in his kitchen and we can see his refrigerator. And he said if we'd send him magnets, he'll put messages up there.
Where can I get a magnet made that says "Poor Cat"?
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
Please copy "Poor Cat."
I got him in the Missouri QSO contest. I got him with a poor cat on 40 meters.
I'll ask my wife if she can
Listen,
do vinyl.
You're welcome, David. You know, it's very seldom when I'm doing CW that I will stray from my pattern, because anytime I stray from my pattern, chances are I'm going to mess up something that I'm normally used to sending all the time after I stray from it. But I have been known to put "Poor Cat" to Kyle a couple of times. And Whiskey 1 Romeo Charlie Papa Zulu.
Meow.
Meow.
Yeah, he sends meow.
He says Robbie does that a lot in CW to me. He'll put meow.
The first time I heard it, I was like, what? I didn't copy that right. No.
It's funny stuff. You know, I'm kind of wondering why Kyle hasn't hunted me in CW in a while, because it's not like I've slowed down on it.
He's been contesting the last couple of weekends.
It's his Pota life.
Yeah. I like what you did there. That's his Pota life. To hunt you when he wants to.
People in the chat, tell me what's your ideal Pota life? What do you find the most entertaining out of Pota?
Do you mainly hunt, mainly activate, trying to do a mixture of both?
You know, other than the stats and stuff like that, to me, it's exactly what got me started, because you know I was doing technician ham radio and stuff like that, and I love the outdoors. I've always loved the outdoors, and I really just like today. You know, I don't, when it's cold and rainy, of course I activate in my car. I'm not stupid, but I don't like to. I like to get out and sit at a picnic table and make the guy who's coming off the bike thing like, what is all those dits going? What's all that beeping going on?
Yeah,
that was great. He screamed at another guy in the truck, "Are you beeping?" And that guy looked over and it's like,
I did add to my Pota goals, James. You know about it, and a couple other people do that have the parks that are involved with it. I don't want to mention it publicly because I want to be the first person to do it, but I think I'll have that done by the end of the year, to be honest. So,
well, I think you'll have 3 of them done next week.
Yep. So I'm at 5 right now, teeter-tottering on 6 of them, and then I need a certain number more. So
it's funny because I'm working on the same thing but reversed.
Right.
Oh, I'll tell you, if anybody didn't hear Luke activating with me, Luke did a really good job last night.
He did. I could actually tell a couple of times, especially when somebody spotted you as being at that park, and then the pileup started rolling in. I could see his eyeballs through the radio, but he did a great job. He did a really good job.
And I think he thinks I'm a computer or something. He's like, how do you know who you're talking to before you even type it in and see what their name is? Because, like, I mean, if you've ever activated with me, 90% of the time, I will go ahead and say your call sign and your name, and give you your signal report. And then as you're coming back to me, I'll type it in. And that just amazes people because, okay, I'm sure everybody can do that to some, even 10, 12 people, pretty easy. But I mean, there's like 100 and some people that I do that to. And people's just like, how does he do that? Or there's just like a really faint noise. He's like, did you hear anything? And I just tell him the full call sign.
That's a good one, Chris. So Chris's Pota Life is hunting from the back porch portable. That's awesome.
Nice.
Do you do that QRO or QRP, and what kind of antenna do you use to do it?
But
be interesting to know.
Believe it or not, Chris, I don't hunt very much. Well, that's not hard to believe. But when I do hunt, if I'm not in my Patreon after chat hunting from my desk, but if I just literally am sitting at the house, like I'm going to hunt Pota, I will take my radio and I'll take it and sit on the front porch and hunt from the front porch.
Well, yeah, Terry, your Pota Life also includes cardio, which is cool. You get a lot of exercise.
Terry's into that Pota fitness stuff.
That's right. He runs up 4, 5, 6, 7 flights of stairs okay, I'm exaggerating. What, 3 flights of stairs, Terry? Every time his ham alerts goes off.
Well, it's lightning and thundering here. I didn't even realize it was storming until I just looked out the window because I heard that crack.
Terry calls it cardio.
Cardio.
So, Terry, I have a video coming out tomorrow that you will probably want to watch.
Awesome, Chris.
Because Chris says QRP with an end-fed half wave and a 705.
Very nice.
That's a nice QRP setup.
Oh, that's another thing that Luke was like, how did you do that? Because somebody'd say QRP and I just say their call sign and give their signal report and then hand him the mic. And he would look at me like.
Did he repeat back Papa Tango Zulu by chance? Because that would have been funny.
No, I actually said his name correct during that activation because he was typing in on his log. Well,
yeah,
and I didn't want him to write Papa Tango Zulu.
That's funny.
The funny thing is BP men don't even care anymore. I'm like,
yeah.
You like, wait, Papa Tango Zulu, you're 5'9". He'd come right back to it.
All right, Lou, hunt, activate, telework, more hunting time. Yep. A lot of good stuff.
Another great part about Pota Life is the people.
Yeah.
Like I have met people doing Pota that I would have never met any other way that have just become absolute assets in my life that I would not want to do without. They're family to me. And, I love to get out in the parks and just have people come up to me and meet me and stuff like that. It's just absolutely amazing. Not to mention the places that you would never have been and get to see. Because, I mean, I've always been an outdoor person, but and I like overlooks and waterfalls and stuff like that. But I've seen some new ones that I wouldn't have seen because I went there for Pota. And it's just amazing. But the people, it's just, it's just crazy. Like, there was a guy today. I thought he was going to drive up to the park today because he's like, "Hey, you're in my neck of the woods for a change." He's like, "Where are you parked at?" And when he said that, I went and told him where he parked at. I was waiting for him to show up, but he never did.
And it's not just the ham radio aspect to it as well. It's just getting to know people for who they are and what they do outside of the hobby too. Insert shameless plug. Join our Discord. And you have a lot of people, man. We have a lot of nice chats, man.
We have a lot of awesome people in our Discord that would go out and do, the extra mile for fellow members.
I talk about the Discord all the time. And the thing is, I want y'all to know that when I say join my Discord, Discord does not cost anybody any money. You just sign up and
That's
you're
true.
in there.
Right.
And you have access to all the top activators in the country. Use my Discord. You know,
And I would say all the top hunters as well, actually.
I mean, and you get activations posted in there that you won't see on POTA spots. Because if I'm out roving and I'm doing more than 10 parks, I'm spotting in Discord only. Because, well, matter of fact, last weekend I went to Ohio and was doing 7 new to me parks, and I did those 7 Discord only to make sure and get them in. And I did a couple of parks after that I spotted on POTA because my goal was done for the day, but I spotted Discord only. You know, and you get access, and I'm not the only person that does Discord only spots either. So.
Yeah. A lot of activators do, and if you're not in there to see them, you're missing out.
Yeah, if you do CW and you're like, well, James is doing a lot of CW. Why don't I never get him? Because 99% of the activations I do are not spotted on POTA. They're spotted in Discord. I do spot on POTA, but it's just a big cluster. Is all it is when you spot on POTA. It's because Kyle made me rip the Band-Aid off. I do try to spot on POTA once a day and do one activation. But every day, as soon as I spot, I cuss Kyle at least 3 times. Like, why pull off the Band-Aid, Kyle?
That, and if you want to join, and if you don't want to talk about ham radio stuff, if you want to decompress, we talk about anything. There's lots of different topics. It's not all ham radio. We have fun.
You know, we need to make that happen. I will talk. We will talk about that in the next Patreon business meeting, and get that scheduled. See who we want. Pink's definitely one of the people we want. So, yeah, we're gonna make that happen. It'll happen this month, the month of April. I know next week is the 12th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Next week will be the boys' stream.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that. Awesome.
I look forward to that too.
My birthday is coming up on a Shenanigans episode
Oh.
sometime this month.
Sometime this month.
Well, my birthday starts the Delaware Rove.
Oh,
Oh,
happy birthday,
That's
happy
right.
birthday to Dan and Hayden in the same month.
April brother.
Both April Fools.
That's right. Yeah, it's funny story. My sister was actually born on April Fool's.
How old was you when
Terry. She's older than I am, so I was negative.
Oh,
Yeah. Terry wants to know when the elderly stream is. The senior stream.
Whenever you get up and run it.
we do that on 80 meters on
The second Tuesday of every month.
the second Tuesday of every month.
And we've been doing it for 47 years.
0.6, 47.6. You know, I'm surprised. Them guys kind of learned, the ones that was really hardcore on the jamming me. Because after I started doing those nets, they stopped that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so this guy ain't playing, man. He'll hold the frequency all night.
He'll make you move your net. Yeah.
Let's just leave him alone and let him get done. He's not there that long. We
That's a good one, Luke.
Oh my goodness.
Milk of magnesia comes to mind.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, Terry, you can do the elderly stream. It'd be like grumpy hams.
You know, if you want to
No, wait,
stream
what was it?
if you want to stream one night about 3:30 a.m.
Yeah.
when the elderly people were waking up.
Now listen to here, Sonny.
No. We're talking 80 meters about all of our ailments. We don't appreciate your Pota activators coming and messing it all up.
It sounded a bit Irish.
You know,
It was a cross between
it's a little
a character
no,
and Irish.
it's a little 80 meter DX.
Just a wee bit.
It's a skosh.
Oh, my
Tip
God.
top of the morning to you.
Abe said he got up at 3:30 to pee and went back to bed.
Hey,
What's up, Abe?
Oh my goodness! Yeah.
Well, that'll let you know how your prostate's doing. If you got up at 3:30 and you went back to bed at 4
You know
o'clock,
what?
you might want to get that checked.
I normally get up about 3:30 and pee too, so maybe me and Ape should get on 80 meters at 3:30 a.m. every morning and do the. We got up to P net.
There you go. There you go. How did it all come out for you tonight? Steady stream. All right. Good night, buddy.
better out than in. That's what I always say.
Steady stream. No,
Jared's whole stream.
The PP net.
Not to be accused with the PP man.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, he's the ringleader.
Oh,
He's not getting up at no 3:30.
not at 3:30 in the morning. He's not.
He's passed out at 3:30.
Oh yeah.
He's face down with a bottle. You know. Yeah.
He's passed out at 11:30. Anyway.
Pota life.
Pota life.
Yeah, we got sidetracked as normal.
Oh no. This is what it's all about. You know,
Hey, what is your Pota life?
Parks, you have fun.
What it's all about,
right.
being in a motel room halfway
With
in
internet.
the house and where you're going, because you're driving across the country to do Pota.
But at least
Pota
you
life.
have good internet. You're right.
You listen, I got to the front desk and I asked a woman how much the rates were, and she told me. I was like, oh man. I was like, I don't know. That's awful expensive. She's like, okay. She's like, about 4 exits down, there's one. I was like, I ain't going that way. I was like, how good's your internet? She said, why? I said, I'm getting ready to go on a live stream. So she gave me the regular internet, and then she gave me the secret password to the 5G employee.
Heck yeah.
Nice. Good for
What I'm
her.
talking about.
So I was like, sold. Let's do it.
That's a good saleswoman right there.
Because I mean, I'll be honest, it held up well too during this stream. So
Yeah,
normally
really
when
nice.
I'm in a motel and try to stream, it gets kind
It's almost better than your house has been the last couple of nights.
of sketchy. So I don't know.
Oh, wait.
I did
Paul said he gets up at 3:30 to FT8.
I did happen to get Ham Radio 2.0 park to park today, so that was cool. After I went QRT, I had marked myself QRT, and he was the next spot down. I was like, oh, cool. I got to go get him.
Yeah, he was at a new park in Texas that I didn't have, so I was lucky to get him too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Good deal. All right, so Hayden, what you got coming up? We're gonna start wrapping this up so we can get the after chat.
Well,
I got a video to edit too.
go to Dan. I'm in the middle of something.
Go to Dan. You're in the middle of something. Okay,
Yeah.
Dan, what do you got coming up?
I don't know, James. What you got going on, buddy? I'm kidding. I'm just
You go to
hunting.
me.
I'm hunting Pota and working. And Friday, I'm not going to do much because it's my birthday. And my birthday present is going to be Hayden. Let me put that up here. Thank you, buddy.
Ooh, look at Hayden
Yeah, buddy.
in the middle of something. He gets a pass.
Yeah, he
Thank
does.
you very much, Hayden. Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Hunt all of Delaware this weekend. And hopefully feel better. I've been kind of under the weather this week, so I got some kind of crud, upper respiratory cough and stuff. So.
All right, Hayden.
That's
What do you got coming up besides spending money?
I am not hunting Delaware all weekend. I'm going to go out Saturday to the meetup. I'm going to try and get out there a little hour early maybe and do a little activation of my own. Since it's been a while since I've activated, I may not remember how to do it. And then I'm just going to hang out with all the guys and whoever else shows up, and have a good old time.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Hey,
Hey,
better
there's
late
Shaq
than
and Greg
never.
pops in here. He got in the log. He got in the log the other night too. Anyway, for myself, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow at this motel. Oh,
Say it
talk
again.
good about you.
That damn employee internet. I'm telling you.
How many employees they got working
probably
right
'cause-
now?
It's probably because of the storm too. But I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna do some Maryland parks on my way to home base at Delaware. And when I get to home base, I'll go ahead and start on home base and start. I think I'm gonna try to get a kilo there at the home base. So, and then Friday morning, we will start the Delaware Road. Drop that link one more time in case anybody wants it. That way you guys can bookmark it and you'll know where we're going, around what time, and everything. So it's handy to have. I hope to see it.
And for anybody that was asking what frequency they're going to be on, watch the Pota spots. I'm sure somebody will be on holding the frequency. It'll probably be the same frequency throughout the day. We all like to get on there. If I can get on there, I'll hold the frequency for them too. But that's usually how it goes with Canadian James. And
we are spotting on Pota, but I will be doing a heads up a few minutes out on my Discord as well. So
even more reason to join the Discord.
It's not a 12 and out like normal. It's 20, 25 minutes per park. So you've got time. In 20, 25 minutes, you know, we can work way over 100 calls.
Oh yeah. It's going to go at a lot slower pace than your 42 part road where we're actually scared to go up and take a peek. We might miss a stop, you know.
Yeah, if you followed me on the 42 Park Road, you had a bottle beside you because that's what you peed in because you were going to miss me.
Some of us had a gallon bottle.
Terry.
Yeah, some people did have a gallon bottle and they ended up face down on their couch. And not to mention any little names.
Terry says he wore a diaper.
Depends.
Okay.
It all depends.
On the diaper note, that's a great time. We're going over to After Chat. So Patreons, you know where it's at. If somebody would like to try out After Chat and see what Patreon's all about, message myself, Hayden, or Dan, and we'll get you set up. But you got to be in Discord to do that. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. And 73.
73, guys.
73, everyone.